Hey, everyone. Coming on live today. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are all doing well. Coming on live just for a few minutes to share some information with you. Um, it's been a hot topic in our group, ADHD, and for a very good reason, a very valid reason, right? ADHD diagnoses are on the rise, right? 1 in 10 kids have this diagnosis, and it really is rising. And adults have this issue as well, right? So what we're going to be talking about today is getting to the root cause of ADHD and why ADHD meds are just not a home run. Okay. So many times we're looking at the brain for the root cause, but really we need to be looking elsewhere, and that is in the gut. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you're coming on live, just let me know, say hello where you are coming in live from. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments. And if you are catching this on the replay, same thing, put replay in the comments, and and I'll circle back and answer any questions and say hello. All right, so let's see if I can get my slides working. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about in the next couple minutes is what ADHD really is, right? Way back when my son was diagnosed, I really didn't know what questions to ask around it. It was just kind of a mystery. So ADHD is a collection of symptoms related to neurotransmitter disruption. And I was not familiar with that word either. Neurotransmitters are just the chemicals that signal our brain to focus, to be happy, to be calm, uh, to be motivated, just really how we feel and perform, right? And it's never just one neurotransmitter that is causing the symptom. Um, it's a collection of them, right? And if one is out of balance, it's going to affect how you feel and how you perform, right? And we're going to be talking about how meds only target one neurotransmitter and one symptom. And that's why they're not a home run, guys. Okay. Meds mask the symptoms and they really leave the root cause unsolved. Okay. The root causes of ADHD, as I said, they're perceived to be up in our brain, but really they're in our gut and how our gut talks to our brain. So that whole gut brain axis that we talk about a lot in this group. Um, ADHD meds come with a host of side effects, right? I know this firsthand from my son's experience, and they often introduce new issues. And if you've had a kiddo on meds, let me know in the comments and let me know what your experience is. Ours was a host of side effects from one onto another and onto another, and introducing new issues that we had to take care of, often with another pharmaceutical med. So I often kind of just scratched my head and said, how is this a solution, really? Natural solution. And then finally, we're going to introduce a natural solution that really addresses the root causes without any side effects. So why is this so important? Why am I coming on here to talk to you all? Well, as a mom myself, we want our kids to succeed without the struggle, right? When our kids have a diagnosis like ADHD, it's a struggle with that diagnosis, but then it's an additional struggle when they start taking the meds. At least that was our experience. It's overwhelming and stressful navigating all the solutions. Every time we would go into a doctor's office, we would come out with a different script, not knowing if it was going to work, how much to take. It was a real mystery, and it was an experimentation that I look back on now and think, holy cow, what was I doing? We want to worry less as a mom, right? It's a worry. It's a stress that is put on us moms, trying to help our kids. We want a solution that works, but is also safe. And we want to find that peace, that calmness in our household, because I know firsthand when one of our kids is struggling, it affects the whole house. right? So, why am I so passionate about this? Well, my son's experience with these solutions and off the medications has been life changing for him. Okay. I get choked up just even saying that. So here's my son, Eamon. He's an absolute joy of a kid. He's a grown up now, but all through school, he struggled, right? He struggled on the meds, he struggled off the meds, and it was just this roller coaster of experimenting and trying to get something to work that didn't affect him negatively. Yeah, in a bad way. So here he is drinking his natural happy juice that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. It's his go-to. It's his routine now. And it's a healthy routine, guys. He doesn't miss a day because he knows how he feels when he does miss a day, right? He's just off. So he takes these religiously and he's thriving. So, what we are typically offered to help our kids, I always use these quotes, are these pharmaceuticals, right? Ritalin, Strattera, Concerta, Vyvanse, Adderall. We tried them all, but what I was not aware of is this FDA warning that's on each of them because of the harsh side effects. Um, And, the pediatrician never talked about that with us, right? So we introduce these to our kids, but at what cost? Okay. So ADHD, it's more than an inability to focus, right? How many of your kids experience any one, two, three, four of these, right? And it's caused by different neurotransmitter disruptions, right? Disruptions in the gut that is affecting the brain, right? And this was all new to me, guys. About how long has it been now? 2.5 years, going on 3 years. So it's something that I didn't know about. Uh, Before we were introduced to this new idea, this new science, and these new solutions, right? So, to touch on a little bit why pharmaceuticals are not the home run that we're looking for home runs for our kids, right? By the way, um, because they only treat one symptom, they target one neurotransmitter, right? Leaving the root cause unsolved. So if you're taking Ritalin, for instance, that's going to only target the one neurotransmitter, norepinephrine, and it's going to maybe provide some focus, right? Prozac targets your mood, right? Your serotonin is your neurotransmitter. Wellbutrin for motivation, and that's dopamine, right? So if one of these neurotransmitters is out of balance, we're not going to feel right. We're going to feel off. We're not going to. So if you're targeting focus, it might improve focus, but it's going to leave your mood, your motivation by the wayside, right? And they come with a host of side effects. Loss of appetite. These are a few that my son experienced. Sleeplessness. At one point, he was on an ADHD med, and then they were treating him with another pharmaceutical med to help him go to sleep at night, right? How can that be a solution? I get choked up, guys. Um, Loss of personality, zombie like, seeing your kid not be able to be himself. We shouldn't have to go through this, okay? Flattened energy, no motivation, mood swings, right? I've experienced this, increased anxiety from these pharmaceutical meds. Ah, so there's a better way, right? There is a better way. So just to recap, ADHD is more than an inability to focus, right? Look back on all those symptoms. It's a collection, and we really need to address it in a multifaceted way if we're going to get to the root cause and really, truly help our kids, right? So let's get to the solution, addressing the root cause of these symptoms through the gut-brain axis, okay? So recent discoveries are pointing to the gut microbiome as our second brain. I'd actually like to disagree with this a little bit. I think it's more of our first brain because more information is flowing from our gut to our brain than our brain to our gut, really. So I like to look at it as our first brain, right? So the microbiome, why is it so important? Well, the bacteria in your gut produces up to 95% of your neurotransmitters, which signal your brain. Guys, I didn't know this. So if this is foreign to you, don't think that you've been left out of the loop, okay? Knowledge is power. Learn now and help your kiddo, right? So the bacteria in our gut microbiome creates the serotonin, creates the dopamine, the GABA for calmness, the norepinephrine for focus. And it's never just one neurotransmitter, guys. If one is out of balance, it's going to affect how you feel, how you perform, right? And getting the right balance of neurotransmitters created in the gut microbiome really is the way to address the root causes of ADHD, right? Not targeting up here, targeting the gut microbiome. And this is going to help your kiddo's brain to do what it's supposed to do when it needs to do it. Okay. So if they're stressed, it's going to signal the brain that resilience, right? To be able to focus under stress. So that's like when our kids are taking a test, right? Have that ability to focus, do the work without the stress, without the struggle. And I love this picture because it really shows the communication, and that is that whole gut brain axis. And 95%, guys, is coming from the gut microbiome up to the brain. Huge, huge discovery. And once you learn this, you cannot unlearn this. It's been so powerful having this knowledge to help my son. I can't tell you. So a little recap of this, the science. The science is telling us that we have a second brain. I like to refer to it as the first brain, our gut microbiome. The key to helping our kids, guys, with ADHD and other brain disorders like anxiety, depression, is to rebalance the gut microbiome, get the right balance of neurotransmitters, and then optimize that communication up to the brain so the brain can function the way it should, right? I like to refer to it as getting the brain firing on all signals. So we have discovered a safe and effective natural solution that really addresses all these issues of the root causes, right? Amari Global has come up with a kids pack. We also have an adult pack similar. Guys, 10 out of 10 kids saw results in focus, mood, mental performance, improvement in mood states like listening, tension, irritation. And it's because of the specific probiotic strains that we're using for focus, anxiety, and stress, specific prebiotic fibers. And I have 2 videos in our group talking about these fibers. They are specific, guys. So it's not like you can go to GNC or your grocery store and pick up a probiotic and a prebiotic and expect it to do the same thing. We have patent pending phytonutrients for the gut brain axis support. And this is scientifically supported formulations, guys. Our scientist, Dr. Sean Tablet, is a genius in nutritional biochemistry. He's written several books. I'm going to bring him back into our group to talk all about this. So stay tuned for that. So what does this mean for our kids? It means that we have a more natural solution, a holistic solution that will help them feel happier, more focused, motivated, calm, and resilient. Guys, this is what we want for our kids, right? Getting them from frustrated to focused, anxious to calm, just a blah mood to happy, stressed to resilient, unmotivated to energized, and really building their self-esteem and confidence. We want them to thrive. So, to sum it all up, we have to look at ADHD in a different way. It's not just a brain issue. Pharmaceuticals are not a home run, guys, because, and this is a no shame zone, guys. I had my son on every single one of them. We didn't know better, right? And if this science came out about 10 years ago, it probably, it, we weren't ready to receive it, right? So they're not a home run because they only address one neurotransmitter, one symptom, and they're not getting at the root, right? And they also cause more, in our experience, more issues than benefits. And we have a safer, more effective way to address the root causes, guys, to help our kids feel and perform better. And I want to add also that ingredients in our solutions are used in other countries as first-line therapies, which is huge, right? So I love this slide because these are real testimonials of kids that are thriving, right? I have a teenager who was using ADHD meds for years. With the solutions, he was able to wean off the meds. He didn't like the way meds made him feel. He felt numb. Now he feels happy. This just brings joy to my heart. I literally just started to see the wonderful effects of the Kids Mood Plus with my daughter. She had gymnastics and I gave her that before we left and her focus was amazing. Guys, this is like Simone Biles, in the Olympics. She did not feel right, so she could not perform, right? This is actually my daughter. Hey, mom, my speech went really well. I was a little bit nervous before, but I took the kids' mood and felt a lot better. It turned my anxious nerves into good nerves and more excitement than anything else. Yay. My 9-year-old daughter hates taking her ADHD meds because the way they make her feel. I'm so glad you helped me get stuff to help her. It's not 100% yet, but it's getting there. Guys, the improvement will continue to happen, right? And I love this one. I'm sending my daughter to college for the first time on Friday. If I'd had to do this with my daughter I had last year, I would have been a nervous wreck. Yeah, it's real, moms. We worry about our kids. But now I'm not worried. Since she's been on the product, she's a different person. Instead of hiding in her room, lonely and depressed, she's positive, happy, and social, life changing. This is music to my ears. Thanks to Mood Plus, my teenager is more happy than cranky, and we have been able to reduce his anxiety meds significantly for the first time ever. Wow. And guys, these solutions are for the entire family, okay? Not just for our kids, but us moms, dads, and it can be a host of sleeping better, being in a better mood, more focus, more motivation. And these testimonials say it all, right? So my question to you, are you ready to help your kids and your family thrive, right? We have the knowledge, we have the solutions, and they're getting in the hands of people that need them, and the results speak for themselves. So how to get started? Guys, we have packs, we have individual products for kids, for adults. This kids pack is Amazing. It has a kid's vitamin, which is more than just a vitamin. It supports the gut-brain axis. It supports the brain with really powerful phytonutrients, antioxidants that our kids need, right? That they can't get from their diet alone. The kid's mood has a saffron ingredient that is equivalent to Prozac, equivalent to Ritalin in clinical studies. We have a mental fitness pack. We have this is the Happy Juice pack that I highly recommend for any parent out there. Um, I call it Mama's Happy Juice, and it is called the Happy Juice pack. And then we have our mental fitness pack. But guys, there's a sleep product, there's a mood product. We are all about improving our mental wellness by addressing imbalances and getting us all to perform and feel our best. So what you want to do if you are watching this live or catching it on the replay, simply just comment and tag the person who invited you here. Okay. Tag more information, comment, get started, anything, and just tag the person who invited you here. We have a special offer, part of our Cyber Monday special, going on through the end of this evening, 12 midnight Pacific time to be exact. 30% off your entire order for new customers. And guys, these are just a few savings that I have sent to some people. A kids pack example, and look at the savings. It's almost $70 savings. And then the Happy Juice pack, add the sleep and the kids' mood. And this is a great pack for a college student, for perhaps for a mom, for anyone really. And then finally, I want to invite you tonight. We have a dear friend of mine and partner, Dr. Kevin Rouse, going to speak to our communities on kids' mental wellness, kids' stress resilience through the holidays and beyond, right? Our kids need this all the time. And Dr. Rouse is really going to touch on mental wellness for the entire family, right? Getting our households humming and thriving again. So with that being said, I am going to sign off, but thank you so much. If you're listening this live, listening it to on the replay, put any comments or questions, tag the person who invited you, and we will see you soon.